Hey, thank y'all so much for listening. If you like what you hear on this here and you want to hear more of it, go over to what is it? Patreon page?
Patreon.
Go over there, and there's a lot of interesting things that you get in return of Patreons of $5 or more. Get an extra 20 minutes with Jackie and Dunlap. That's myself and Dunlap over there. But we appreciate you listening, and like I said, if you want more, head on over to Patreon.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey there, everybody. This is Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap, your Uncle Dunlap, Cousin Dunlap, Brother Dunlap, Sister Dunlap, the man, here to let you know.
Whole family.
Yeah. What if I was your whole family? A whole family of me.
No.
Come home.
One of
work.
you's enough. No, hell no. One of you, that's all. And,
There's a teenage Dunlap on the couch.
No, sir.
A little baby Dunlap
I
running
know
around.
all of these kind of Dunlaps. I've been with you that long. I saw you as a baby. I saw you a teenager. You was all right when you was, before the teenage years or whatever, which you never got out of. You just never grew out of that. But before that, you was, you were a little pitiful, but, you was all right.
Thanks, man. I'll take it.
Well, yeah.
Folks, people, welcome to the Red State Update podcast. This is the podcast where I open a beer can like that. It's fucking awesome.
All
Everybody
right.
says,
Watch your
what in the
mouth.
hell? I guess a party started.
Watch
I
your
guess a
mouth.
party's going on in here.
No.
I thought everything was shit ass because President
All right.
Trump. And guess what? I turn on this podcast, somebody open a beer can, and it's like, uh-oh. Look out.
All right.
We're finally going to get some
All
relief
right.
up in this mug. I have been worried and stressed out for so long. Thank God Dunlap's here to lead us all in the party. That'd be a funny political satire. Somebody started the party, and it was a party. A political, Jackie, do you get it? Like a political party, but its
Right.
platform was just partying all the time?
Everybody just drunk as hell.
And when they announce their presidential candidate at the convention, they come out to Eddie Murphy's party all the time.
Oh, I like Eddie Murphy's. Yeah. And Dr. Doolittle, I like him.
Well, this is when he's singing.
Well, as long as it ain't filthy singing, I'd listen to it. I don't like his movies where I don't care for hard, rough language. Wasn't raised around it. Don't like it. It never appealed to me.
Tell me when things start bugging you.
What do you mean when things stop?
We're going to establish sort of a guide, a gauge, a cussing
right.
gauge. Hell,
No, we're not going to do this. No.
Damn.
No, we're not going to do this. I'm not going to
But-
sit here and listen to this. Just shut your mouth. You
Ass.
know what I don't like. You've been around me. I just told you you've been since as a toddler at least. You've been around me. You know which words I don't like.
pecker slit.
Shut your mouth. I don't want to hear them all.
Really, pecker slit is what did it?
I don't care. I don't want to hear any of it. I don't even know what half of it means. It don't make any damn difference. I know it ain't good, and I don't want to hear it.
Oh, that's not very sex positive.
What is it?
Sex positive?
I don't know what that is, but that don't sound good either. I don't want to hear
You're
it.
probably right.
You can get people that you can talk about whatever's happening in the world. There's things you can talk about with. Now, I understand the frustration with the current, and I excuse my language, President Dumbass is what I call him.
See?
Well, I
See?
said excuse my language. At least
How
I
come you get that and I don't get a
Well,
fucking pecker slit?
Watch your mouth. What I said, that they are, everybody wanting to stay drunk all the time and everybody wanting to cuss the president is more understandable in this day and age than it was before we got what we got. I won't say it again. I'll try not to say it as many times as I have to.
This is a real giant sloshing cup of do as I say, not as I do.
What?
This is a real giant sloshing cup of do as I say, not as I do.
All right.
Why don't you take that cup and shove it up your ass?
All right.
You shove it up your GD
you
pecker slit.
Do it to yourself. That's all. When you
do
say
it to yourself.
When you're saying it to yourself. I ain't. Not me.
Folks, this ain't Chris Hayes.
Who?
This ain't Sean Hannity.
I know him.
This ain't Chris Wallace.
Wow.
This ain't Joy Reid. This ain't whoever's left on CNN. This is the Red State Update podcast. And on this one, we argue about cussing. And then we talk about the important issues of the day.
I just assume not argue about cussing, but I mean, that's necessary for, that's your, what do you call it, process or whatever.
You just told me, listen, you think when Trudeau was talking to Trump, and Trump was like, you burned the White House down, that Trudeau wasn't going, this goddamn pecker slit.
All right, I'm sure he said it, but I don't have to hear it, is the thing.
You think when Macron was talking to Trump, and Macron finally was like, fuck this pecker slit.
Watch your mouth.
Everybody who's tried to kiss up to Trump sees where that gets them. Now, Kim Kardashian, I don't know what's happening. Trudeau tried to bring Trump. They showed
Canada.
up.
That's Trudeau.
Canada.
I know
Trudeau
who that is. Yeah.
Rolled up his sleeves, come down here. I think he hunched over a little bit and tried to look a little more unkempt. I think he didn't want to intimidate Donald Trump with his Canadian mild-mannered good looks. I think Macron come over here, tried not to be too European, tried not to intimidate Trump with his accent and his words. They try to flatter him. They try to bring him along. They think but that only works for so long because he's a fucking child. You can take a child who's hungry and you give him some pixie sticks and he's high on that, and you can take him to the store and you go, oh, you're a pretty boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. I mean, this should be your own child, not just somebody else's child that you take him to a store and start calling.
Well, yeah.
You're a pretty boy. Like, oh, you're so smart. And for a little bit that'll work, but then eventually they're going to start crying.
Flattery only gets you so far. You still wind up with it, idiot. No matter how many times you kiss your rear end, it don't make him any smarter.
So I'm afraid that this woman that Kim Kardashian got released out of jail, this poor old woman's going to get home and Trump's going to do a prank call and swat her or something like they did to poor David Hogg.
Who's Kim what now?
Kardashian. How do you not?
I don't know, because I know, is she a singer or a rapper? I don't know which one she is or what she does.
I feel like that's offensive somehow, but I can't put my finger on it. She's neither one of those.
So what is she then? I don't know.
She's on TV and she has a TV show. Look.
What's it about? What is this? She sing on it?
They're just living their lives.
Yeah.
She's married to Kanye West.
Nah, he's a rapper.
Yep.
All right. So she's married. Now, how is that? What's wrong with me asking about that? How is that wrong? She's the one married to a rapper. I didn't say anything.
Just tone.
What? I'm just trying to find out. I don't like her or dislike her. I don't know who she is or what she does. Seen her picture. Good for her. She got some, from what I understand, the woman shouldn't have been in prison, so it all worked out, I guess.
Trump was going on a pardoning spree that's inevitably going to end up with him standing in front. There's going to have a big thing. Go down to Home Depot, get the goldest mirror you can find, and they're going to bring it in. They're going to have a big mirror ceremony. He's going to stand in front of it and point at himself and say, I pardon thee. That's where we're headed.
Now, that I won't be surprised in the least when that happens. pardon himself. He's making sure everybody knows, because more than likely he's going to have to get it out there, get out front with that. I tell you what, do your worst. I'm going to pardon myself.
Who all did he pardon? He pardoned Scooter Libby.
Actually, Bush wouldn't even do that. Bush had the good sense not to do that, but,
Dinesh D'Souza.
I don't know. Now, he's the one that makes those movies where he don't like Obama at all.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Who else did he pardon? A whole list of them.
Well, there's a boxer from years and years and years ago, but he passed on.
So I guess there's good pardons and there's bad pardons.
I guess so, yeah.
He did. I was going to say he pardons a lot of black people if they're already dead, but he did pardon this woman, so that's good. She's still alive.
Joe Arpaio.
That's one.
Yeah.
He's still alive, right?
I think so, yeah. Isn't he running for office?
I'm sure he is.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll see some more pardons before it's all over. We may see a pardon come Friday when they put Manofort in jail, which is what they're saying. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. But I guess he was witness tampering and doing something he wasn't supposed to, trying to get to, get to people before Mueller could get to them or whatever it is. And from the Ukraine, all that money, somehow that's all mixed up. But they saying Mueller went up to the judge, say, look, we need to put his rear end in the cooler.
So when you tamper with witnesses, you just try to get in touch with them and be like, hey, can you say this? Or what does that mean?
I guess that's what that is. Yeah, witness tamper. He's trying to, get the story straight or whatever. He's contacting people he ain't supposed to contact, I guess, is what it is.
So they're going to put him in jail. Manafort's going to go to jail. Trump's going to pardon him.
Yep. You wait and see. Who's going to stop him? Look what he does every day. Look what Scott Pruitt, EPA man. Chick-fil-A, look, all of them do all this stuff all the time. Now it come out his daughter got another Russian mixed up. And nobody's doing nothing. So he's going to keep doing whatever he wants to do.
Samantha Bee is in more trouble than Ivanka Trump will ever be in.
Yeah.
Scott Pruitt, that's pretty. He's got the funniest scandals, though. Like calling up very bargain basement. Like even those pens is crazy, but it's not like he's getting like the best pens in the world. It's just like, I want like $100. How many you get? It was like $300 pens.
He only got like 10 of them for $1,000, something like that.
So it's like he's always dealing. It's always weird. Like I'm going to bilk the shit out of this country, but I'm still going to see if I can get a deal. Like I want somebody find me. I'm going to have my assistant look for me a good mattress. But see if I can get a deal on this mattress. I want a good used mattress. A good Trump pillow top.
That don't make it. Why did he want a mattress that was used by Trump? I don't understand.
I don't think he wanted it used by Trump. He just wanted it front. He called it Trump Hotel. He didn't call it Trump's house.
I thought it was like he wanted the mattress. It was that he slept on or something. Didn't make any sense to me. He just wants that certain kind of mattress. I see.
That could be. I've always imagined that a lot of these meetings they have at the White House is in Trump's bed. Like it's just a big bed, and he's in there with a stocking cap on, and they come in to see him about whatever it is they're trying to fool him into doing. He pats the other side of the bed. I mean, it's far enough away from him. It's like a king-size bed.
That'd be a big one, yeah.
Come on, hop in. They get in there, and Scott Pruitt's like, this feels good. I can get you a used one.
He'll take it, yeah.
All right, Chick-fil-A franchise. Like, if I was trying to get my wife a job so I could afford all my houses, That's not what I would never even. A Chick-fil-A franchise. Are there only jobs, like if you're Scott Pruitt, can you only imagine jobs you've heard about on Fox News? Like working at Chick-fil-A, which would be good. You don't want to work at Starbucks because they hate Christmas, so that would be bad.
Yeah.
You can be a baker in Colorado. That would be good.
Chick-fil-A's, yeah, that's good. They, conservatives tend to lean toward that because of the gay stuff that they say, or did say. I don't know if I still say it or whatever. But, it's Christian established. There's nothing wrong with that. It's bad when, don't say bad things about other people. You know why they close on Sunday every Sunday, don't you?
Why is that?
That's the day they kill chickens. Scott Pruitt better explain to his wife what's going on Sundays, before she opens one up. Who do you call about that? Who do you get on the phone? Call someone up and get my wife a Chick-fil-A. Who?
I think he called the president of Chick-fil-A. I'm not even making a joke.
I don't know.
No, if you come up, hey, the head of the EPA is on the phone. They go like, oh shit, they found that creek. They found Innards Creek. And then he gets on the phone and is like, hey, you know what? My wife, she's just laying around bored as hell. You know how that is, huh? You got to keep her busy. You know what I mean? I need to get this woman a Chick-fil-A franchise. What time? She got to get up at like 4 a.m. to start making them biscuits, right? Yes, get her. I want her out of the house by 4:30 a.m. And I want her working. I want like strangely clean-cut teenagers to be working there. Just like cult teenagers working at this Chick-fil-A. Just the cleanest of the cleanest cut. And you know what? I'll tell her, put another Bible verse on that bag somewhere. I need her out of the house. Hey, do you know where I can get a mattress? I'm telling you, I'm looking at a list right here. It's got 3 things on it. More pens, mattress, Chick-fil-A franchise. I mean, what do the critics of the Trump administration think, that you're going to become head of the EPA and not try to get your wife a Chick-fil-A franchise? Drain the swamp, people.
Comes with territory, I suppose.
I tell you what, and if you're in the Trump administration, see, here's what you do. We're not even thinking this through. The conspiracies are all around you. You get your wife a Chick-fil-A franchise, and the next thing you know, you go up to Donald Trump and be like, hey, you know what? These gays are getting out of control. They're mad at Chick-fil-A. And Trump comes out, we need to get behind Chick-fil-A. Huckabee backs up the president. Gonna have another patronized Chick-fil-A day. Then let's do it all week. And then you got a bunch of fat ass and gay haters sitting in that Chick-fil-A drive-thru running the air conditioner while Scott Pruitt's wife gets rich enough to consider a new mattress.
Yeah, don't you know the family of Francis Scott Key? They probably ain't getting no residuals, but they'd be doing pretty good about that National Anthem right about now with him. Isn't that his name that wrote it? Francis Scott Key. Did I get that right from history?
And is he a singer or a rapper?
I don't know if he sang it. He wrote the song.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. They don't know. The theory that Trump thought he was going to lose but become the head of a movement or another network, the Trump TV, that makes perfect sense. Because all they know how to do is scam things and run little scams. Scott Pruitt is a perfect example. It's not like Trump even thought he was going to make $1 bajillion, but he's like, I'll do this. Maybe I'll get another steak deal. Like, He's too inept to even think big. So it makes perfect sense that they were just going to set up some like sub Fuse TV network. And what happens is the country's dumber than Trump. And he winds up in the White House, and they don't know how to make money off of this. So Scott Pruitt's like, well, at least I'm going to get some fucking pins.
All right.
They're like you're at a cheap hotel. Like what? They don't even have soap. Take the scratch pad and the pen. Get the pen and the Bible. Like nobody knows how to make any money off of this. That's got to be the most frustrating thing for him with the Comey and the FBI and everything. Like they were trying to make money before they got elected. Now they can't do anything because everybody's mad. Well, they keep doing it anyway, so I guess it
do whatever the hell they want.
I guess that's what he's trying to see, how far he can go. We're like, oh, he wants to stay out of prison. He's trying to figure out how much money he can make. He can shoot Comey, according to Giuliani, and pardon himself. So why couldn't he just come up with any kind of scam scheme in the world, put it into place, pardon himself? If anybody ever works up the balls, sexist, to go in there and challenge him on any of these scam schemes, he just say, well, I pardon myself. I brought a mirror over from Trump Hotel and used mattress for Scott. I look in that mirror, I say, I pardon thee. Maybe the ultimate goal here isn't to stay out of prison or to become a dictator, which sounds like a lot of work for him.
Yeah, both, yeah.
But just to make money. Scam it, scheme it. He's just drumming up business for Fox News. No wonder they still love him.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like he could drum up business for Chick-fil-A, drum up business for the National Anthem. All this is good business for Fox.
He don't like the NFL. Remember, he tried to open years ago, right? Tried to open his own league up or something, didn't do well. So he put NFL out of business and tried again later.
He loves to challenge other rich people who actually are rich and good at business. Not that the NFL is so great, but at least they own teams. So he can be like, it's not going to work. You got to keep them on the field. Keep them on the field. They can't be in the locker room when that's playing. Just always like, where's my apology from Bob Iger? He hates rich people who won't be his friend.
Well, the only people,
including NFL players.
The only people that like him are the people in his cabinet. Enough said there.
Do they really?
Well, you know, they have to listen to him, so like, hey, you know. But I wouldn't want to be around any of them either. And then he goes and has a rally, and all those people that, let's be honest, all you Trump supporters that go there, he wouldn't be seen with you in a meal. I mean, he wouldn't have the first thing to do with any of it. All he wants from you is you screaming and clapping his name, you know.
And somehow giving him money. So.
Yeah.
Because this whole NFL thing it's a perfect scam. They just can't monetize it other than getting people to go to Fox News. But I guess if you like Trump and you don't like the NFL anymore, like watching Fox News is your entertainment. It's your sports now. You cheer on one team, you get mad at the other. The other team is people who aren't white. Your team is all white people. So probably
your team didn't collude with Russia. The other team colluded with Russia.
Rah, rah.
Don't make a damn bit of sense, none of it.
Listen, unless it's hockey, the team with all white people usually lose. Is that racist?
Probably a little bit somehow, yeah.
Sorry. I'm just letting people know what they're in for. Watching news as sport is not fun. News isn't fun, but news as sport, not fun either.
I hope you're right that you know, the shit, you know, someone's going to lose here and it ain't going to be what we think. But so far, when he says winning, you're going to get tired of winning. You're going to get, I mean, sure, everybody's attacking him all the time, but nobody's doing anything. All these Republicans sitting there listening to him. I'm going to pardon myself. I'm going to let them go, get all these things. And they're not saying a word. A couple of them maybe kind of say something, but not really. Not really.
Well, the woman in Alabama who said she wouldn't vote for Trump after the Access Hollywood tape come out, and she in trouble now. She got primaried, and she has to run again. Now I'm confused by the guy who was a Democrat, now he's a Republican who ran against her. Now, does he like Trump, or was he just running ads against her where she said she wouldn't vote for Trump? I don't know. I don't know if they both like Trump or neither one of them like Trump. It's Alabama, so I'm going to assume they both like Trump, but they never know exactly when to say it.
Right.
Can I say it 90% of the time or 95% of the time?
But all of you Republicans who just watching him left and right, all this that's going on, and you know it ain't right. You know it ain't. What's going to happen when you don't stand up to this and the Democrats come in and take it over midterms, if that still happens, and then they get a president in there, and they do the same thing? You ain't going to have, nothing to stand on. You sit there and let them do it. You let yours do it, now they're going to do it. And nobody needs to be doing this. And they ain't taking the sides in this except against the President Dumbass, who we all know is
Jackie,
crooked and idiot.
Paul Ryan did say that he agreed with Trey Gowdy.
Well, there's two, and both of them are quitting.
I think that's the key.
That's the only way you can. If Flake says something, he's dropping. They're all dropping out. Why even, if you're leaving, you don't care about the country. Like, I'm going to cash my chips out and get in that. They're all getting rich off of the tax thing that they did. They're just filling their pockets. See y'all later. Just let the White House burn down. They don't care. Trump mad at Canada about burning the White House down. They're doing it themselves.
Mad at the Eagles for supposedly, which they didn't even.
They didn't. They come out. None of them took a knee the whole season.
And then he doesn't even know the words to God Bless America. At the
patriotic event he was having, because the Eagles are not patriotic. So it's going to be the most patriotic thing you ever seen. Don't know the damn words to.
I tell you, though, I would not want to try to teach him a song.
Hell no.
I'd rather prep him for Mueller, because either way, he's going to lose attention quickly, and he's going to get mad, throw a fit.
Yep.
And I'd rather at least it be over trying to do something complicated with him than trying to teach him like the easiest patriotic song. Well, maybe Lee Greenwood. I don't want to learn it.
I don't
Tweeting about songs.
I don't know why I made such a big fuss over this song. I hate it. He's stuck with it now. Why would anybody want it? The Eagles are unpatriotic. It ain't got nothing to do with patriotism. It's got to do with, why would anybody want to go spend, just even for, picture purposes, any amount of time with him? I don't blame anybody for not going to the White House. And people say, the White House is bigger than this president. You have to go. No, I don't. He's brought the White House down to his level. Or I should say, he and Putin have brought the White House down to their level. Maybe it'll mean what it used to someday, sometime, which, hell, looking back, I don't even know what the hell that means anymore. But it sure ain't worth a damn now.
Do you think that when he's out of the country, going to talk to North Korea with Hannity and Gorka,
oh, hell,
that we could change the locks? Do you think that Melania just went to get keys made, but it took her a month because she'd never done nothing like that before?
I don't know what that's just weird, whatever that is. I don't know the first thing about it. That's just, none of that makes any sense. I'm glad she's okay. So I guess she is. She was sitting beside it, as okay as you can be married to that man. But, she was on TV, I reckon, today, so she's alive.
Well, don't worry about it, Jackie. Someday soon we'll have President Starbucks.
Oh, hell. How's that any worse than this? Is it better? I don't know.
I don't know. We may be in a phase of this country that can best be described as, how is that any worse than this? Is it better, worse? I don't know. That phase.
From here on out, I know. What else you going to say? Let Starbucks run the country. Hell, I don't, you're letting this damn idiot do it. Anybody, I guess, can. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who ought not be running the country who, after seeing this idiot in there doing what he's doing, are ready and willing. So get used to it. There'll be Starbucks. There'll be, who else run?
Remember in California, when that election, when they got Schwarzenegger, but like Gary Coleman run and a bunch of porn stars and some dogs, different kinds of animals, and some cars, I think, ran.
And we used to make fun of California. Look at those flaky people. Look at these idiots. Look how they run politics, and now, that's every day on the news, what you just described.
So now the country is California, and California is like, at least they're standing up to Trump. At least out in California, Jerry Brown's like, suck it, pecker slit.
All right. You don't have to
whatever,
say
but he's quitting too, so now they're going to get some young sleazebag.
They had elections out there the other day. Yep, I heard they averted the disaster they were going to be. There's all the Democrats, which, Democrats are stupid too. Let's just make that clear right now. They're idiot. They're not as bad as what we got as president, but they're, they ain't no good.
False equivalency. That's how Trump got in. Oh, government's bad. Everything sucks.
Well, yeah.
What a terrible country this is. The system is broken. Might as well vote for Trump.
Might as well make it worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure. I don't know what you say. Democrats are bad too. I think Republicans are bad. Maybe we just have to go one by one.
Well, all the Democrats out there.
If everybody's so bad, then why not just vote for President Starbucks or whatever, or Trump again? Who cares?
I may be right there. Hell, nothing matters. What does it matter?
That's how Trump got in.
Well, that's why he's doing what he's doing every day, and nobody's doing anything about it because it doesn't matter. Nothing. He can do whatever he wants.
So half the people in this country are like, nothing matters, and they voted for Trump. Now that Trump's in, the other half of the country's like, well, nothing matters, so what's it matter?
What the hell do laws matter? Everything he's doing is illegal. He breaks the law every day. Pruitt, all of them in there. What's good of having them all on the paper? Writing it out. What good's the Constitution if it don't mean nothing? Now, I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope somebody steps up and says, Jackie Bowles, you're wrong, and let me show you how, and goes down the list, and some people wind up in jail, and we get the country back. That'd be great. But as of right now, from what I see every damn day, who gives a damn?
Well, how would you, let's say that you were running for president.
No.
In 2020.
No.
How would you get up every morning? How would you rediscover the strength and the promise of America? How would you take that, inspire yourself to get up out of bed and get in a shower? Because you really should take a shower. And
all right,
how would you then keep that message in your head to impart it?
I wouldn't want to impart. Look. There was a time, and this country's always done something shameful one time or another. You go through history, there's good and bad and everything, but this particular country, that's the reason we're still having all the issues we're having today. It's because of the terrible things the country people did years and years ago. But there was a time that I remember that most people, if they heard that somebody was taking children, no matter what race or who they were, jerking them out of the mother's hands, people would have stood up and said something about it. And I know some people are saying something about it, but ain't nearly enough. We would have got a truck full of people and gone down to whoever was doing that and put a stop to it. If it was another country, we would have put a foot down and say, how dare you do this? That's, inhumane and all that. But, that's what we do now, so.
I'm glad you brought that up again because I done forgot about it. And what about Puerto Rico?
They said 60-something people died down there, and now come out, it's almost 1,500 something. I mean, and they had a big meeting. That's where Melania was. They went to FEMA. Good for her. When should I make my big comeback? Let's do it at the FEMA meeting where I will not mention Puerto Rico whatsoever.
What did he say?
They talk about planning for the, hurricanes on the way, not the ones that already happened. He ain't said nothing about Puerto Rico. They're Americans. That's America. And just makes me, yeah. Pitiful. But nobody give a damn. In a world where somebody gave a damn, especially if something would have been done by now. Somebody would have done something about that, because that's pitiful.
So you're not going to run for president?
No, hell no, I ain't running for president. I don't want to go in that. You could fumigate that White House 1,000,000 times, and There was a time I was wanting to go to the White House to see Washington. I ain't ever been there myself. And, before I'd passed away, I wanted to go see some of the monuments and all that. But now, hell, what for?
You got to get your groove back, Jackie. You can't go out, because you're about to die any day now. You can't go out like this.
I'm glad I'm going out. If this is what it's going to be from here on out, I'm glad my days are numbered, because I don't want to be around watching them all this shit. Excuse my language.
We got to find this. See, the problem is you're sitting around watching news all day.
Yeah.
Ever since Mark's Market took over Jackie's Market, now this is what happens when all you do is sit around and watch and look at the news all day.
Well, a lot of people claim people my age, that's all we do all day, and a lot of us do. That's true. We sit and watch the news, and then now I flip it around, and I don't like any of it. I know people watch Fox News and they get mad, but they get mad for different reasons than I get mad. I guess old people ain't supposed to watch TV, is what you're saying. They just going to be miserable every day.
Not all day. You got to control this shit.
Yeah.
Plus, you just sitting there, your blood pressure.
Well, because I give a damn. I'm sitting there saying nothing matters and who cares, and I don't. But of course it matters, and of course I care, because otherwise I wouldn't care. I can't adopt this philosophy of what the hell? Who cares what he does? He can do this, he can do that, and it don't matter to me. It don't matter to you. They can jerk children away out of mother's arms. They can do that. They can shoot people in the street. The police can kill people all the time. Nobody. Oh, it's fine, and nobody gonna do nothing about it. Well, somebody needs to do something about it. It ain't me. My time's over. Next generation.
Don't boo. Vote.
What?
Don't boo. Vote.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Obama said.
I know. I remember.
Yeah, that teenager. Here's the next generation. That teenager in Kentucky giving speech at his graduation gives some quote that Trump never could have come up with. And everybody's like, yay, when he said it was Trump. And he said, nah, I'm kidding you, that's Obama. And everybody like, boo. What would you have done? Booed twice?
I don't know. I certainly wouldn't have said yay to begin with.
I think in that situation you would have booed when he said Trump. And then when he said Obama and everybody else booed and got mad, you'd be like,
I giggled when I heard about it.
That's
Yeah, it made me laugh, yeah.
Probably if it was a high school graduation, you would have been asleep.
Well, yeah.
What inspiring message can you leave the people with? We can't go out on nothing matters, everything's terrible,
know.
I'm an old man about to die.
Well,
if you want people, the next generation, you got to do something.
They
you got to set an example.
Some of them are doing something, as David Hogg, and look what he gets for doing something. Somebody calls a damn SWAT team at his house. Could have killed him. Or somebody. So when you try to do good, I'm grateful for the younger generation trying to take care of this country. Somebody needs to, that's for sure. But, just be ready to. He already had to deal with somebody shooting up place that it was, people going to make sure they shoot someplace else up. Fortunately, he wasn't there, from what I understand. He was out doing what he's doing. So good for them children. Y'all keep doing what you're doing and take care of yourselves for sure, yeah. But I ain't nothing I can do to help you. Is that good enough? I don't know what else to say.
I keep waiting for a place to end it, but I don't think we... Actually, we'll just go out there, I guess. Hell, fuck.
Where?
Shit. I just end it.
End it where?
Like right...
Hey, everybody, this is Jackie Bro still on here.
Folks, people, this is Dunlap coming back at you strong for the second half-ish of the podcast. Earlier, we did the part where we complained, cried, fretted about President Donald Asshole Trump.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The president. That's the president. Can
Don't
you believe
let,
that?
Let's just do the sponsors.
And the second half is the sponsors, and that's where Jackie, take it.
Talk about
Come
it
on, bring
anymore.
it, bring it home.
Well, we're recording this podcast here in Link Canover's Kudzu Suits.
Who is it?
Link Canover.
Now, who is that again?
You know who Link Canover is. We talked about this we call him. His nickname is Can Opener.
Oh, Link Can Opener.
But
okay.
no, his real name is Link Canover.
What now?
His name is Link Canover.
I cannot remember that.
Well,
every time you say it, I'm like, who is that?
You know who it is. It's Link Can Opener.
Yeah, Link Can Opener. Everybody knows Link Can Opener.
But that's his nickname. His real name, he don't necessarily put your nickname up on the storefront. Whatever. You know, it's his store. He can call it whatever he wants. He wants to call it by his real name, and he's welcome to do it. But it's Link Canover. He's letting us record. We're still here. He was a sponsor last week. He's a sponsor this week. We're happy to have him. We're happy to have a place where we can sit down and talk on here to you.
Yeah, Jackie got screwed out of his stores.
We used to do this in a bunker on store. That's what the announcer man says at the top of it. But now, yeah, I need to make a correction on that, because right now, I don't know what's on the horizon, but for now, Mr. Canover.
Seems like if he says it, then it should be true.
Wait, what?
Because he had all those powers. Do you remember that?
Announcer Worlds, right?
Episode, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it says it, I should have a store. Maybe I do somewhere. Maybe to go find it.
Maybe every time he says it, a store appears, and we just don't know where it is.
I don't know where to go, where it is. Hopefully, get in touch with him, see if he can tell us. That's the case. But I don't mind being here at Link Canover's Kudzu Suits. It's a fine place to be. It's interesting if you like foliage and you like that sort. You know, and I don't understand fashion. I don't know the first thing about it. Never have, but never will. But he's on to something here as far as, you know, popularity is you know.
More and more popular. I think.
Surprisingly so.
At first, I was like, I haven't seen a lot of these like actually out on the street. But since we did our sponsor spot last week.
Why do you think we're still here? I mean, that's advertising right there.
So many people wearing the kudzu suits now. And here in the summertime, just green and lush. The suits look beautiful on people.
Oh, yeah. It looks good. Jacket and pant, the whole thing. What it does, he builds like a frame, I guess is what you'd call it. And his father now was a tailor years ago, and his mother was a horticulturalist. So he took the two things that made him the man that he is and ran with it. And I tell you what, this is fascinating. This kudzu just grows right over this. What do you? I guess you'd call it. It's almost like a mannequin thing, but it's not.
It's
really.
Like if you were making a homecoming float out of chicken wire,
yeah,
and you sculpted it in the shape of a man, child, or woman, and then you, instead of napkins putting it in there, you let Kudzu grow all over it.
Well, we should make it clear that it's fabric. It's not chicken wire, because that doesn't sound like anybody want to wear that. He manages somehow to get this kudzu to go around this little tiny thin little pieces of fabric. So I don't know how he does it. All power to him. He's way out of my wheelhouse, but I'm glad, it's doing well for him, and I'm glad we were able to help here, and he's a good sponsor. So that's Link Canova's Kudzu Suits. I need to make this announcement. I'm sorry. I need to make this announcement right here. Hang on. This is something I got to tell. Because he sold how many? I mean, you see them all over the place now. You do.
This must be what it's like to be in the 50s and go 1 week like ain't no hula hoops.
And then everybody got a hula hoop. Yeah, this is something. This Kudzu
Elvis who?
Yeah.
And then
the King. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah. But let me make this announcement real quick about this is concerning the Kudzu suits. A lot of folks out there have these now. For some reason, this comes from the. This is actually from the government here, the federal government. Told him this, and we're just dealing with it. You got to do what the federal government says, so that's what we're doing.
What about resistance?
Well, in this case, it's something it has to do with endangered species and whatnot.
What? When did they start caring about that?
I don't know. I hadn't heard a thing. I didn't.
This must be an Obama holdover.
It must be. They're still funneling money into it, but. I guess we got this, and I have to make this announcement. Now, these Kudzu suits, for some reason, we're not quite sure why, they are attracting. Now, this is a type of squirrel. It's on the endangered species list. It's called the dwarf-eared mutt squirrel. Now, they're little things. They're like miniature squirrel, like I guess baby squirrel, but they don't really grow. You know what I mean? They don't grow. Because here in Tennessee, you see a good-sized squirrel. It's big,
I seen some squirrels. What? Is that a dog?
A little dog, yeah. Big squirrel, yeah.
How'd that dog get up in that tree?
Yeah, so fast, yeah.
And that was before.
You knew how big squirrels could get. I mean, you get used to it now. But these squirrels are like little baby squirrels, and the ears are even smaller than that. So they don't look like a have ears, but they do have ears. They're just dwarf-eared mutt squirrels. Now, if one of these gets into your cut, they're attracted to this. They'll get into the sleeve of it. They can get in the back. They can get in the trousers, in the cuffs. They'll get in there and burrow in. And because they're in endangered species, there's certain rules that you have to abide by if you're wearing a kudzu suit, and this happens. If you get one or two, or just one, it doesn't matter. I think in some cases a family will burrow in there. But if one of them gets on you, or a bunch of them get on you, don't matter how many, the first thing, do not take the kudzu suit off. It must remain on your person. You cannot remove it. This is a law. Now, this is legal, so hear me out. You have to keep it on. You have to immediately find transportation or get to Elk City, Oklahoma. Now, they got some rangers there, some people they help put these, get them out of your suit and get them back into the environment. They're trying to take them to where they need to be. So, don't take your suit off if you get one. I mean, don't, freak out or anything or go nuts or nothing. Just don't take it off. Manage get you a bus ticket, get you a plane, however you need to get there. Get to Elk City, Oklahoma. Now, again, this is legal.
How are you gonna? What? How do they reimburse you?
It don't say nothing about that here, so I don't know.
Wait a minute. Somebody...
I tell you what, I guarantee you this, and I don't see anything. I bet the fine, if you don't do what this is in one of those dwarf-eared mutt squirrels, God forbid, die or whatever because you didn't do the proper, procedure, that fine would be a hell of a lot more expensive. I guarantee you than a plane ticket, a bus ticket, or whatever.
Wait a minute. Who's in charge? Is this Scott Pruitt? Is this Ryan Zinke? Who's running this scam?
Is it the EPA that do the endangered species list? Hell, I don't.
Are you sure this? You can't. I bought one of these suits. What if I got a squirrel in mine? What if it's a squirrel's in the closet and I took it off without knowing? So they burrow into the suit. How are you going to know that there's a squirrel in there?
Oh, they make little sounds, little mouth sounds they do.
Mm-hmm. So if I start hearing little tiny mouth sounds coming from my kudzu suit, I shouldn't take it off. And
no, you want to confirm that it's there. I mean, look and see if you hear some little, in tiny little mouth sounds. If you hear something on your person, you look, feel.
Or if it's in the back, get somebody else to check for you.
Exactly. Well, if you're somewhere on you, in your back, or in your back pocket, or wherever, at your back of your leg, get someone to look for you.
If I've got a fucking squirrel in my suit and I got to go to goddamn Elk City, Oklahoma, fuck me.
Watch your mouth.
I knew I shouldn't have bought this piece of shit.
Oh, don't say that. That's our sponsor that you're talking about.
I'm probably covered in squirrels.
Look, they're endangered, so there can't be that many damn of them. If it happens, just this is where you're supposed to go. They're looking into finding some. Now, this is what Link told me. They are looking into finding something that will repel a scent or something they can put on these kudzu suits to keep. They haven't found it yet, but for some reason they're just more and more attracted to them. The suits are more of them they make, and this has happened at least on 6 to 7 occasions since we last spoke.
6 or 7 occasions. What if I just take my suit off and throw it in the woods? What difference does that make?
I'm telling you what the law is. You make your life choices. I ain't gonna make them for you, but this is what
What do they got in Elk City, Oklahoma?
It's a reserve or something where they.
Why can't they come? Seems like anybody in Elk City, Oklahoma would be jumping at the chance to leave. Why can't they come to me and get these squirrels out of my suit?
Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. You got to go there. They got to get out, and there's a reserve they have for them there. Once these, and I just read a little bit up on this. I don't know. Once these dwarf-eared mutt squirrels, when they choose their home, they're kind of locked into it. I mean, there's a psychological, because you may have to stay there for, they don't just jerk them off of you. It's a process. They have to adapt to a new environment, and until they may run off the sleeve, and then they and run back in, and you have to stay there until they can break the cycle or whatever, the home area for the dwarf-eared mutt squirrel, so it accepts its new home.
Why would you still be selling kudzu suits if this was happening?
Well, this just happened. So, like I said, it just happened 6, 7 times so far. But this is what
since we've been in here, I've seen him sell a couple.
Well, he gives him this sheet of paper I just read. When he does, it's like a manual comes with him.
He'd be saying something about it. I was confused when it was happening. He told us to come after hours, and we got here a little early, like after 6 when he closes. But I keep thinking that's Link can opener, and I forget that's the same.
It's the same. That's his nickname. His real name is Link Can Opener.
I keep thinking, well, what's Link Can Opener doing here? And then I got to remember what it's his. He makes these weird suits. And he sold me one, and it's pretty cheap, $250. I didn't know, though.
Well, they're popular, too, people, when they see you wearing that.
But now I'm out $250, and they're probably going to destroy my suit.
Well, you don't know if I don't think they destroy them. I think, there may be a quarantine thing or something, but I don't think they. I didn't hear nothing about destroying. Well, don't. Are you not wearing it now, are you?
No.
Sell it to somebody else. Moving on, or just leave it hanging up till they fix this problem. Don't just leave it in the closet for now. What if
I took it off and there was a squirrel on it, and I'm already going to get fined?
Well, I would wait and see. There may be a better, a new process, or they're like I said, they're trying to find something that will repel them from these suits. Wait till that's on the market.
I should have just gone to
which he said he'll be selling this spray. He's working on a spray. He'll be selling it here at Link Can Over Kudzu Suits. It'll be, it's just like anything else. When you buy a big TV, you got to get a special kind of cleaner for it. It's like that.
It's a lot of trouble for a kudzu suit.
Well, it'd be a lot less trouble getting that spray and putting it on there when they get it perfected, he's still working on it, than having to deal with getting one of those dwarf-eared mutt squirrels in your suit and then having to go to Elk City, Oklahoma for God knows how long.
He's going to have to talk me into, if when it comes time for me to get another one of these, he's going to have to talk me into it.
Well, he's a good salesman. He's doing pretty good with his business. I think this is just a little bump in the road. I don't think this is something that is going to go on. This is something that would just, presented itself. It's a situation, and we're dealing with it. But right now, the only solution is to repeat, do not remove the kudzu suit and get to Elk City, Oklahoma. Link Canover's Kudzu Suits. Happy to be here. Happy to have him as a sponsor. Link Canover.
Can opener, right?
No, Canover is his name. Kudzu Suits. That's my sponsor. That's where we're recording today. And as far as I know, if we do a good job, and I hope we do, we'll be back next week.
Hold it. When I pulled up, I saw a bunch of little creatures darting around the bushes he's got out front there. I thought it was just rats. You think it's them squirrels?
It very well could be.
Well, of course they're trying to get in here. If they're attracted to it, how are we going to get to the car?
Well, we may get to the car. Don't wear a kudzu suit to the car.
If we open,
they don't care nothing about you and me. They care about getting in them suits.
I had the back door propped open the whole time because it's hot in here.
Well.
Should I tell him, or should we just let's hurry up and get out of here?
Well, go on, do your thing, and let's get you up. I'm gonna tell him. We need
I
to
don't
look
know
around.
why he's got enough on his mind.
We need to look around in here and make sure.
I'm just worried the whole place is infested.
Well, I hope that's not the case. You can't move a whole store to Elk City, Oklahoma. I don't know how you do that.
I was like, it's a little stuffy, so I'm going to leave this back door open. I hope none of these rats get in here. And the whole time it was squirrels.
It may be. I don't know if it could have been rats, too. I don't know.
It could have been rats.
Either or, they shouldn't be in here.
I shouldn't have when I seen all the rats, I should have kept the door
Do your
shut.
sponsor so we can give a quick, look around here before we lock up. We gotta make sure there ain't no rats or dwarf-eared mutt squirrels.
That's just podcast etiquette as far as I'm concerned.
Well, absolutely, yeah.
Folks, people, I have a sponsor this week that I think Jackie is really going to like because he helped me.
Oh, you talking about the other night.
Dunlap Sam's the Baloney Man.
Well,
we went up to Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, well, I still think there's some sort of good idea in this, but it did not work out very well.
It did not go well. Now, look, Nashville is tourist central. If you are a tourist and you want to go half listen to some bands playing Hootie and the Blowfish while you get drunk, and then listen to townies make sexist complaints about bachelorette parties, Nashville is the city for you. And let me tell you, we had some problems.
We had some issues, that's for damn sure.
We went down there on Lower Broadway where everybody's walking around with drinks in their hands, in and out of bars, listening to bands and getting drunker and drunker.
And you was right. So you half right. Everything was going like it's supposed to. As soon as you started frying that thick bologna on the cart, they lined up. Everyone that walked past us, got in line, was ready to get that bologna sandwich.
If you're drunk and in Nashville and smell bologna frying, you want it.
We got white bread. We had some mayo.
We had some mustard.
Some
Velveeta slices.
Yep,
but like
that's
the
extra.
cheap kind.
That's the extra. Either way, cheap or not.
You want it with cheese food slice or without it?
Yeah. 50 cents more. We had it all worked out, and it would have worked, but
I knew that people were going to want it, and I knew they were going to take pictures with their phones and send it back to the people in Iowa or wherever. Look, I'm in Nashville eating a bologna sandwich. I paid $20 for it. Grandmat shit. And then with Jackie by my side, I knew they'd going to be drunk filming him, putting him on their stories. Look at this old grizzled coot who sold me a $20 bologna sandwich. I'm drunk as hell.
You need me to help you flip all that bologna.
Listen, I'll get credit where credit is due. If you want an experience, if you want sandwich buying as a drunk experience than you want Jackie Broles manning the griddle.
No, you don't.
I told you, if you get Jackie Broles on that griddle, son, we'll be raking in the money. And we were. But for some reason, I don't know what it is about this griddle. Where did you find this griddle for me? Like, because it did not seem out of the ordinary.
It's just a griddle in it, we put on top of a cart and get it. Yeah. It's just,
But as soon as, I've got to say, it felt good to see you back behind some kind of griddle,
I need to get out of the house sitting around watching too much news. And like I said, I still think it's a good idea. We just got to...
Me too. You can't steal it, people. We had a setback, but you can't steal it. This is a great idea. From now on, once we get this going, forget about the podcast, forget about the Patreon. When you want to hear what Red State Update thinks about President Trump, you come down to Nashville, Tennessee, and find us behind our bologna cart.
Get you a good bologna sandwich, and we'll fill your ears up with all current events.
And you can put it on your phone, do whatever you want, take plenty of pictures. It's very Instagrammable, folks, and delicious.
Oh, it's good. Good, nothing better than a good, hot, coming right off a griddle.
But I don't know if it was because the people were drunk. It's more than that, because they were drawn to it. The first guy who put his hand right on the griddle and seared the flesh off, I thought, that's weird. Drunk as fuck. I mean, I've done it before, Lord knows.
Well, you stagger a little bit, and, you try to catch yourself, and the griddle's right there, so I thought the same thing. I'll be honest. I thought that this is just, sorry you hurt yourself, we'll give him some napkins, but I thought you just lose your balance and you catch yourself, and that's just all it was. Well, but I didn't think. There's people I know that drink and don't burn their hands off. Every single person that came in line burnt themselves on the day. I mean, one or two, maybe, yeah, sure.
At first it started, but then once all them women that were there to get married during that group wedding, the cousins,
Yep.
Once they all did it, I think everybody thought you were supposed to do it.
Why would you think you're supposed to burn your hand?
I don't know. I think people
It's obviously hot. I'm cooking bologna right there on it. You use your, mind. Use your brain. It's going to burn you.
Because I thought, is everybody falling? And then, people weren't paying. And then, they started rushing us with their hands out like zombies to put it on the griddle.
I had to get a broom out and I had brought with it. I always need a clean space to cook in. I don't care outside anywhere.
Always sweeping up.
That's part of it. That's part of any job, I think.
Keep your space clean.
I was swinging that broom trying to get people away from that damn... I just hollering and screaming as loud as I could, swinging that broom around. Just get your hand off of it.
We jumped on one of them pedal bars and tried to abandon the cart. And last time I saw it, it was just, people were just gathered around it, putting their hands on, they had to be 50, 60 palms on that thing.
I didn't understand.
I was still trying to sell as it was going on, and Jackie was swinging the broom. I was trying to still sell sandwiches because something about the human flesh didn't smell that bad. That was kind of bringing people in.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was something mystical, if it was some sort of cursed griddle.
Oh, I don't know about that.
If there was just drunk people, if it's just my bad luck. Maybe that's why I don't see many food carts on Lower Broadway, because people are just so drunk they won't put their hand on a griddle.
Well,
maybe we need a food truck, Jackie. That way people can't get inside and put their hands on it.
They had to have a perimeter around the cart or something. I don't know.
Like a sneeze, like a burning hand guard.
You get a truck, that's a whole other end of upkeep. That's
we need a driver.
Yeah.
So we had a small setback. I guess dealing with drunk people, drunk tourists, bachelorette parties. I guess you're dealing with people who really want to burn their hands off on a hot griddle. They didn't even get a sandwich.
Doesn't make sense. Well, the first people did, yeah, but then after a while, they were just rushing up at it.
Hey, we made
on something.
$45.
Well, we did before things got out of hand. Yeah, we would have made a lot more.
Would have made a lot more if people were not so drawn to burning their flesh off on a hot griddle.
Well,
for some reason.
Hell, I don't know what's wrong.
Hard
with
to
people
explain.
today. It is. I don't know first thing about it.
But we'll get back to the drawing board. We'll figure it out. Soon, Red State Update will be peddling bologna sandwiches up and down the touristy sections of Nashville, Tennessee.
I don't want to give up too easy, but something's got to be done. We can't have nothing like that.
I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, at least I got a little break.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling so Satan-y lately. I probably need a little break just to
what?
get things. You know, Satan-y. I just feel a little Satan-y.
Don't start you.
What I'm worried is they messed up the timelines when they pulled us out of the Talking Christmas gift. For new listeners, this happened a few episodes ago. And there's a Dunlap somewhere who wasn't Satan-y. And maybe he's presiding over the hellish ruined landscape of a post-apocalyptic Satan.
I'm pretty sure
world?
Zesta Barker Rangers, Zesta's friend, have been completely ordained by this point. I'm sure it's been 2 weeks. I don't know how long dog seminary.
It's less time.
Is, yeah, something. It is, because, you know, it's double. You know how it is, dog years. But I'd get over to Catholic town, get to them priest dogs. I'd get to, you know, if you ain't Catholic, which, you know, I understand that if you ain't, which I know you ain't.
That's
right. But then go to get to the regular church, you know, real church. Go to there and get prayed over or something. Get something done.
I guess I just feel so like satanic.
Well, if that you need to do something about that.
It's the
something's wrong with
timelines.
you.
I think the timelines.
Whatever timeline don't make it. The only thing I'm gonna get the devil out of here is a good Lord. That's where you need to be.
You're probably right.
I know I'm right.
Nerd culture's toxic anyway. That's a pretty good podcast.
I guess so. I mean, it's like the rest of it, just talk for an hour.
We barely went over an hour. Barely.
Sometimes we get so mad at President Dumbass, excuse my language, we'll complain and holler for a good hour and a half.
I feel like we need more of a message of hope.
What is it?